Take me away to find another time when you can say this was never going to go your way. The final act is mine to what you say. Trials lost in moments where they lay. Lost or drowned in a moment like this. Cast a dream past the veil that won't exist. Secret nights tucked away that come to light. Cast a stone, activate your fight or flight. A tattered shell of who you are. It's locked away, you've gone too far. Trust you can find in anyone. You can't pretend it isn't. I can't remember all the times you showed me where to surrender. Surrender all the life you owe me. Take me away to find another time when you can say this was never going to go your way. The final act is mine to what you say. Trials lost in moments where they pushed away and set up to fail. Those thoughts when you sleep that can't be real. Bringing out something that you know. Going back to a time it wasn't shown. What it becomes is nothing more than places that you've been before. This double vision telling lies. A light that darkens when it's I can't remember all the times you showed me where to surrender.
Little something different than Crooked Ways. Moment to Borrow. One of our favorite PA local bands. I'll shut the boys down there and say good evening. Welcome live, ladies and gentlemen. Tuesday night, as everybody enjoys me saying it, 100% live. It is the You Show. Yeah, I'll be my own background yo, I guess. Jeff the Shark bringing with you another great Tuesday night live here at the Yo Show. Solo Lycon tonight. That's right. Little problem getting some guest co-host in the seats. JD Wolf, of course, in the house. And I think he's in the house early because he wants to laugh a little bit about this. Tough night last night. We'll talk about that a little bit later with our Philadelphia Eagles. Got a lot to talk about tonight. Solo. No Ettinger sisters tonight. No Jewel, as you know, and I don't really know the future of Jewel, but I do know that we're going to be speaking over the next couple of days to a potential new Tuesday night co-host. Somebody awesome. Somebody really awesome. So we'll see how that works out. We'll be talking about it this weekend, and hopefully we have something to announce to you within the next week or two. Brent Worrell in the house. Big yo from my dude. I know TwitchCon's coming out. God, I wish I could get you a shirt. Got to get my man a shirt to wear at the TwitchCon, all those great places. We're in the house tonight, Tuesday night. Very excited for this one. It is a great one. I've been anticipating it all day. Their third visit, but a different visit tonight. Coming up around 8:30. Make sure I get the right picture because, as you know, I'm blind. But it is the band Sour Station. That's right, around 8:30 this evening, Sour Station. Their third visit, but the first time with their brand new singer, Natalie. We're excited to talk to her. Met her a couple times out and about, watching the band perform. Great band, great music, great stuff. We've got a couple of their new ones. Well, one of their new ones to play, Sailing to Mars. We'll do that shortly. And here we are. No top five tonight. You know, I don't do top five by myself. Sometimes I do, but tonight I'm not doing it. But I wanted to give a massive shout out and send some pictures to everybody that made Constotters happen this past Sunday. The Velvet Vibes and Vocal Festival, if you will. And our great dudes from the Circus Hearts were there. There's some great pictures of the guys. It's them up there performing on that great stage. A couple more photos of the background singers, the awesome Michelle, of course, who helped put most of this event together. And just a great, great day. Here's a great picture of me at the Circus Hearts merchandise table. That's me on the left there. You can see my little head. Great stuff. Thanks, guys, for that. An awesome picture of my wife, Cassie, on stage. Circus Horse put her on stage. It's her and Chris as they performed one of our favorites, Baby Bye Bye. Just great. Here's me with the t-shirt. Almost eerie watching me next to me. And when I got there, the first question, it was really great, Brent, but, things are going to happen. A lot of stuff is going to happen. Constaters, I hear, is looking for more events. Maybe we'll try pulling something together, show-wise. But a great day, a great event. I ended up leaving early. Cassie stayed later with the Circus Horse and hung out. Just a great day, and congratulations to everybody who helped pull that off. Thank you, Constaters, for just an excellent program. It was terrific, and it said some great pictures. A good time had by everybody. And it was just such an incredible music weekend, and I kind of listed it all, and we'll talk about it in a little bit. The one thing I want to do before I do anything else, like I said, Sour Station 8:30, play some of their music. The fact I'm solo, I get a little better handle on it. Right now, I'm a merch guy. Host, promoter, MC, merch guy. What else? Freedom King Films and House. Big Yoda, my dude, what is up? Good to see you tonight live on our program. Before I do anything else, I don't know if he's watching. I don't know if they're watching, but I do want to give a massive shout out to my man, the boss, Robert Perini Jr. on a happy birthday, 6-year-old. Man, my little guy's getting old so fast. I'm going to see him Thursday night for a little bit of dinner. Hang out with my favorite dude, my nephew. He's awesome. I love him. Want to take the time to wish him happy birthday. Getting so big at a little birthday boy pin. Looking cool. One of the coolest kids around. I call him the boss because he is the boss. He calls the shots, baby. Yo or Nothing, 40 North, Rustic Revival, and TRT, of course, are all at Seaport Saturday night. I got to start getting out more to see these guys, see some of the bands that you recommend. Some great ones. We're definitely trying to make our way there. The Fuge has something great for September and October and November. So much stuff coming up. So many things to talk about. So many people. And, of course, Sour Station at 8:30 on top of it all. Whew. Got an itch. It's tough doing this by yourself. There's so much talking about. Thanks to our good friends at Yingling for slowing me down for a minute. Terrific. An abysmal night in Philadelphia sports last night. Adam Kovitz in the house, of course. His son, Dan, member of the great Sour Station. Adam has been the manager and really did wonderful things with this band and getting them out there and the new music and the shows they play and the big break and all kind of great things. Love Adam. He's a huge member of this community. Loves the local music scene, pushing. Told me about some projects he's got coming up. I like to mesh with him and do some things. He's a great guy. We just love him. Absolutely love him. So thank you for tuning in, Adam. Yeah, Phillies and Eagles both lose. We'll talk about that later. We got a lot to talk about. Jeff is going to go on one of his famous rants after around 9 o'clock after Sour Station makes their way in and out. It's rant night. I'm angry tonight. I shouldn't be angry tonight. It's my nephew's birthday and the great Sour Station. Let's get right to music. How about it? Because this is a great band. They got a brand new song out right now called Sailing to Mars. And that's a goodie. And that's a fun one. We got the jam out to it at the Fuge a couple weeks ago. Key concert series. So let's play it here again. Sailing to Mars is the brand new one. Sour Station is the band. Third visit to the show because we love them. And a little different sound here. And I think you're going to love it. I love it, so you're going to love it. Check it out. Live. Tuesday night. Yo Show. Sour Station. Sailing to Mars. We'll be right back in about 4 minutes. Enjoy. This is the Yo Show.
to stay. Got a feeling yesterday that you're fading away, I gotta get away. I'm sailing to Mars. Don't know how I got this far. It's not the way you look at me, it's the way that you treat my fall apart. So I'm sailing to Mars. I'm just trying to be what you'll never see. Take my hand down the road and watch me implode. I'm sailing to Mars. Don't know how I got this far. It's not the way you look at me, it's the way that you dream I'm falling apart. So I'm sailing to Mars.
All right, woo. We gave you a little preview too soon. All right, fantastic. Sour Station, Sailing to Mars. And I got to tell you, I've been following this band for quite a few years, and I love them. It's great to watch them grow and progress and just try new things. That's an excellent song. J.D. Wolf, cool indeed, very cool. This band's got a great range. I like to call it like rock, but a little psychedelic, a little funk, a little bit of everything. In a good way. They do it great. They mix it well. Like I said, they got a new lineup. We're going to meet Natalie for the first time in a few minutes here. Band's already backstage getting ready, and we'll get them out here around 8:25. So you guys about 10 minutes to listen to me rant. I apologize ahead of time. It's just me tonight too, so we're all in trouble. But definitely blast off indeed. That was terrific. And to see it live at the Fuge was excellent too. I love their stuff. Really not a song of theirs that I don't like. I really get into this band. And of course, when the Fuge had my birthday celebration, they said, do me a favor. John Simon said, pick 4 bands. And Sour Station was like the first that jumped off my mouth. Like Sour Station, and I think it was Milo Sky, and oh jeez, God forgive me for forgetting the rest. No offense, I love you all. But I forgot the other 2, and I'll remember it down the road. But Sour Station, and definitely one of the bands that I came right out with. Love seeing them perform. They're fun. They have a good time out there. They're a great young bunch, very talented musicians. Like I said, they'll be out with us in about like 10, 15 minutes. We're going to chat all about the new music, what's going on with them, lineup change, future, their 3rd visit here. I know they love it here. Why not? So what we do, we do the local music scene. Like I said, Constotters this past weekend, a lot of tribute to local music. Circus Arts were out there just cranking it out. They were terrific. We thank them. I had a massive weekend of music. I want to thank some of the bands, of course. Friday night, we saw Twisted and Modern yesterday. I'm sorry, Friday night we saw Bowling for Soup and Wheatus at the TLA. The Bowling for Soup thing was for my wife. It was her birthday. But Bowling for Soup came out and did 1985 and then said, thank you. I know you wanted that one. Now time for our brand new album. So if you didn't listen to the new album, you had no clue what was going on. But they were great either way. Bowling for Soup, a terrific band. Wheatus, of course, was excellent. A couple songs you may know and love. So that was great. And then Saturday night was Twisted, Modern yesterday, and a great new band, Heart Bent, out of Maryland. Super cool. Great rock band. Talked to them already about coming on the program because we love doing these independent bands and local bands and younger bands and up and coming. It's what we do here. We do it a lot. It's not all music, but it's mostly music. So, like I said, in selling it to a potential new guest co-host or co-host, they say, what do you do? I'm like, music. And a lot of them dig that. And a lot of them like what we're doing here. And some great people in the scene, of course. Elena Brokus, massive thanks to her, to Future Stars and everything she does. Of course, the gang from Twisted, John and the gang from SRR Promotions, Adam Kovitz, the bands that perform, so many of them. So many of them are nice enough to come here and deal with my nonsense on Tuesdays and Wednesday nights. 2 nights a week now. Tomorrow night we have another great show as well. We'll talk about that later. And yeah, man, we're doing it. We're doing it for you. Well, we're doing it for me too, because I get an absolute kick out of this stuff. But we're doing it for the audience out there. People come in and watch it live, comment. If not, they watch the recording. Still leave some great comments. If you're interested in the tri-state area of music, come join us. And we're meeting other local shows that are doing it too. It's becoming kind of big now. A lot of podcasts and radio networks and radio shows are coming out and celebrating these bands. And the thing I like, you go to these shows and they're like, the Yo Show, I was told I had to meet you. That's great. I thank you for that. It's not easy doing all this great stuff. Actually, it's easy. It's easy. What is that phrase? Jewel always says it too. Something like, if you enjoy what you're doing, you never work a day in your life. Well, this doesn't really pay the bills, but that's okay. I enjoy this just as well. J.D. Wolf, you like the Yo Show. I think you've seen it before. One of our absolute greats, probably the great, J.D. Wolf. And it's funny, J.D., when I got the Constotters over the weekend, and I saw Chris, the great bass player from the Circus Arts, he came out to me and says, J.D. Wolf coming? Oh my God, dude, it's in Minnesota. But don't worry, that time is going to come. We're going to get you out there, and you can see me being silly like this. That's just me being awful. My wife and Chris, and merchandise tables, and bands playing along. Great stuff. That's what we do here at the Yo Show. And every once in a while, people turn me on to bigger bands. They try getting them, try getting this band. We try. We get emails. We get maybes, and come back to us in a bit. And matter of fact, I got one the other day from Debbie Boone. I don't know if Debbie Boone rings a bell. Pat Boone, for you people that are a little older. Pat and Debbie Boone. Yeah, I was asked to interview her. And I'm like, well, time crunch, right? Is Cassie part of the band? Chris wanted her to play bass. Cassie has no idea how to play bass. But she did dance. We had a great time. Danced up a storm. She was quite the trooper. And she said, Chris asked me to play bass. Well, the key is to keep people around, not to chase them away with like me singing or her playing an instrument. We don't do that this way. I do want to thank last week's guest, before I forget. I always hate forgetting. Whoops. And last week's guest was, of course, the Circus Arts. We talked all about this project. And it's always a good time when they come on as well. And my wife tried to guest co-host, and she had a little internet issue. That's what happens when you go live. You get that gut reaction. You also get that internet issue, that internet freeze, etc. So we had Mark backstage. It looks like he took off on us. No, we'll give him a few minutes. I know it's intimidating being backstage in that big green room where we lay out a great spread and cocktails, and no, we really don't. We really don't have it. More or less, you just sit there in your house and wait for me to stop yapping. There's Mark. He's going to try coming in. All right, we got him. All right. So let's do it. Thumbs up. Is everybody ready backstage? We got a thumbs up from Mark. How about the rest of the gang? We ready? Thumbs up if everybody's ready to go. We're going to try them anyway without the thumbs up. Do you have M&Ms? If I did, I'd have to pick out, was it the brown ones that Eddie Van Halen wanted picked out? Or was it the green ones? I forget. I think it was the brown ones. Either way, that day's coming. Trust me. One of these days I'm going to be back in the studio and I'm going to be picking out green M&Ms and having everybody's favorite desserts on hand, etc. Why not? Let's do it. The moment we all come out here for is our great guest. A little early, we used to say 10:30. Oh my God. See, the nerves get to me. We used to say 8:30, but we're a little early. So let's do it tonight. As I sit here in front of this great wall of Funko Pops, I introduce everybody to one of my favorite bands in the area, a terrific group. Not just, I always say the area, this is one of the best bands around. Their sound is contagious. It's relaxing. It's fun. It gets you up dancing. It also gets you rocking. Let's welcome out everybody right now. Nate, Nat, Dan, Mark. It is Sour Station, ladies and gentlemen. How we doing tonight, guys and girl?
We're doing fantastic.
Great.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I like the little handheld mic. Yeah, that shows a lot of moxie that you're going to sit there with that mic in your hand for a while. But
Sir.
I thank you guys so much. Mark, first of all, you're on mute. Now you're not. There you go. So,
Just being courteous, you know.
no, I appreciate it, dude. That's awesome. But here's like, once I bring you on to this stage, it's your time. You can say whatever you want. You can make whatever noise you want, etc. It's you guys. First of all, a massive thanks. This is actually the third time you guys have been with us. Natalie, you're first. And I told you when I'm saying the Fuse, nothing to worry about. It's so laid back. It's so easy. It's your time. We're here to celebrate you guys first and foremost. So thank you again for taking a third visit here. We thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Let's talk. Let's get right to it. The brand new song that we just played here, Sailing to Mars. And it continues on the list of excellent Sour Station songs. You guys really dig down and pick out just great lyrics, great music. Everything is always tight. We'll start with Dan and make our way around. Tell us a little something about this song and the creation of it and everything, man. What's going on?
Yeah, this song started with a demo we got from Mark. He kind of actually put this one together. The instrumentals, the guitar riff, the lyrics, mostly everything. And it went from there, you know. It was actually the first song I think that we ever played. Oh, sorry. It was the first song I think we ever played together with Natalie, I believe. At least the first one we worked on. That was like a new song that we didn't do with James at all. Yeah, it was the start of, I guess, the new iteration of Sour Station.
I like that, the new iteration. Very good. Very cool. And no offense, Natalie, I'm gonna save you to the end if that's okay, because you're new to us, and I'm gonna give you a little hype and intro. So we'll go over to Nate, and tell us about the song, man. Because I noticed you lately have been, your stage presence is getting great. You're very joyous on stage, man. Big smile, always having a great time. Seem to be kind of yucking up the crowd a little bit. So tell us about again, the new Sour Station, the new song, etc., and how things are working out for you guys.
Well, yeah, like Dan said, this song marks really just a new era for the band. Mark came in with this. It's a new sounding song. We haven't made anything like it before, and it's just we recorded it at UArts at first, but UArts it shut down. For those who didn't know, I went there. But we ended up re-recording it at what's that studio called? Soundplex Studios over in Camden, New Jersey. Over by
wow.
It was actually an old Victrola factory that they converted into a nice studio. And that was the first song recorded there. We have a couple of songs that we recorded there. Two. Make that two songs that we recorded there.
There's another one that you'll hear on the new EP that we have cooking.
Yes, yeah,
Excellent.
we do have a new EP cooking up, and yeah.
Sounds great. We're going to go to Mark. I said, Natalie, no offense, could save it to the end because I want to kind of introduce you as well. So, Mark, tell us a little something about this new single and the new band, the new lineup, and all the things you got coming on because I'm excited for it. I really am.
I'm really excited with the new lineup we have right now. I feel like we're all working together right now pretty well. We got big things coming, you know. Right now we're working on an EP. We have all the
That's
songs
awesome.
recorded now, and we sent them out for mixing and mastering. So hopefully by I want to say late November to early December that we
Oh,
will
wow.
have a new EP out with 5 songs. You've heard 2 of them already, but the 2 songs that we do have out, we are re-recording a bit of it and remastering it a little bit, so it'll sound fuller than what we have out right now. And as far as Sailing to Mars, I really don't know how to explain how I wrote the dang thing, but I think I wrote it in like 30 minutes. I have this acoustic guitar that's like the fretboard's split in half. My dad found the thing out of the trash can from a neighbor's property. It's missing the high E string. I haven't replaced the strings, and each time I play on it, I feel like I'm going to get tetanus. But either way, I just go about it recording stuff through my notes app, and I have all the different parts to that song in my or not my notes app, my voice memos app. So other than that, I'm really excited with this new lineup we have. I'm really excited about the projects we're working on right now. And
That's
yeah.
awesome. And it goes to show you when you talk about stories like that, something you found in the trash, kids out there and musicians who say, I don't know if I could do it, there are no excuses. You can get something out of the trash and make a great song like Sailing to Mars. So, no quits. Natalie, welcome to the Yo Show family. Welcome, of course, to Sour Station, and it's great to meet you. Tell us a little something, and we're going to get into a two-part. First, about the song, Sailing to Mars, and then about joining a band that has already been established, the Nerves, etc. Tell us a little something about your background, because you're new to all of us. We've been excited for this, and we're excited to meet you.
Sure. Well, first, thank you for having us. I know you had them twice before. Thank you
Yes.
for having me here. Little background, I guess. I met these two at Bucks County Community College.
Yes, awesome.
We were all in the music program together. So, yeah, we met in jazz class. We just kind of met in the lobby or whatever. And then I met Mark actually at music video recording they were doing for Now and Forever, which is a song they did with the previous singer James. So they asked me to help out with the music video, so I came, and then I met Mark. And then a little bit later down the road, I ended up here, and it was definitely like high pressure, taking trying to fill the shoes of someone else. I'd say, that was definitely a little bit of pressure. I was very nervous. But I love where we're at right now. So I'm very glad I ended up here.
It's great stuff. And like when I was told about it, and Adam had told me one night, not so much the details, but he said, there's a lineup change coming. And he said, I'm telling you, you're going to love it. And he didn't give any name, any description, any nothing. And then I noticed you went female with Natalie. Listened right away, was impressed right away, by the way. I love your sound. I love everybody's
thank
sound in
you.
the band. I actually pulled up, and I want to ask you, I guess I'll ask you here. I did pull up the video for Now and Forever, and is it cool if we play that later on?
Sure.
Okay, because some people are like, well, it's some old band members, but I noticed you're in the video too. I'm like, hey, maybe we'll throw that up there as well
Sure.
later on.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. I didn't even I forgot to even mention the gender aspect. Yes, not only filling someone else's shoes, but filling someone who is a different gender. It's different when you're a vocalist because that's what people hear.
Right.
Versus if you're an instrumentalist, the gender doesn't matter as much. But yes, that was definitely a hard part as well.
Excellent.
Okay.
And we go back to the growth. And Dan, I remember you just like seeing you guys as young kids. And now I watch you perform. Your guitar playing is getting more crisp, more adventurous. You're taking risks, and it's been fantastic. How do you grow, man? Do you just practice all the time? You just get into it? Or is it like, does it take I'm sure it takes a ton of work.
It did. There's a period of my life where I spent a lot of time running up scales, arpeggios, all this, technical shit. However, nowadays, I don't really spend a lot of time practicing at all. I'm mostly just kind of feeling it out these days. I kind of have like all the notes, all the technique down. I'm kind of just letting it rip.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So if my playing is sounding different, it's not coming from practice. It's more, I guess it's more intuitive these days. It's more just more kind of effing around, I guess.
Hey, I'll tell you what, it's working. I wish I could F around like that and make it happen. Like I do this. This takes practice, and I'm not even that good at this. So I give you a lot of credit. And we'll move over back to Nate, because I mentioned your stage presence. And again, in seeing you guys when you were younger, it was a little more tight. But now you're letting loose. You guys are kind of getting your own identity. Nate, you become a little bit of the kind of like the group funny man, if you will, but you're cool. Your instrumental is getting great and getting tighter, dude. How's it feel to grow within a band and keep progressing?
Yeah. As far as stage presence, I mean, someone had to fill in the gaps, and I'm just a yapper, so naturally I just was the guy for the job. You know, I find it pretty easy for the most part to just fill in the blanks. You know, shout out the Instagram, shout out the merch, this, that, the other thing. But you know, sometimes I try and throw humor into there.
Sure, why not?
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Mark always backs me up with the rim shots, though, so that helps. As far as all the instrumentals going, you were there. I think we opened with that, didn't we? The instrumental.
Yeah, you opened up with a little intro, and then
yeah. That song's called "I Smell Bacon." It was written back in 2019. It was actually 2020 because it was during the pandemic. I remember that. There's a little bit of backstory behind that song. You know, bacon is a slang term for the police, so I'm sure you could put two and two together.
We got you. You guys getting in trouble already?
No, you got to worry about.
Okay, you got it.
But anyway, yeah, we hadn't played that in a long time because that was something we used to play with James a lot, and we just didn't get around to it. We were so busy writing other songs, getting other gigs to really bring that back. But I'm glad you noticed that we brought it back.
Yeah, I love it. I really do. Mark, again, we talk about progress and growing and getting better. Do you feel, because the drummer, you always say drummer's the backbone, drummer's the timing, etc. Do you feel like right now you just jump up and start playing, or is there still a lot of practice involved? How do you approach a show now?
I don't think I've legitimately practiced drums since the end of high school because I don't need to anymore.
Wow.
I mean, I can't really say that to you because I did practice drums. Like I did get into like a hyperfixation of practicing drums and my technique for like 2 weeks, and I feel like that's helped a little bit. But I've stopped since then because what are you guys whispering? What are you talking?
We noticed that he was drinking a Yingling.
Oh yes.
Oh wow.
That's what we were whispering.
Shout out.
There
Yes.
you go.
Cheers. Anyway, I don't practice a whole lot anymore. I just kind of damn. What am I not supposed to say at all? I mean, sorry guys, everybody watching, you need to practice your instrument. Practice is important. Okay. Hope my old band teachers aren't watching. But
We don't practice in this band. Actually, she's the only one who practices.
Ringo's.
I think the only time we practice is during rehearsal, and you can definitely feel it if we haven't practiced in like 2 weeks. And then once we feel that it's like really bad, then we're like, all right, guys, we need to have like 3 rehearsals before this gig. And then, it tightens up by the second rehearsal, and I feel confident by then to get on stage. But I do have to say, I still get nervous before going on stage.
Sure.
Like, it takes me like 2 or 3 songs to finally like, quote unquote, get my groove, not to, play a fun or anything, but it takes me a couple songs, even playing in front of we've definitely played shows where it's like our parents in the audience and the other bands
Sure.
for like 10 people, we're going to be playing those shows. And I still get nervous for those types of shows, and it's like, I don't think I'm ever really going to get over that, but.
Were you nervous for that Duo Sound gig?
No, but we were drinking beforehand, so
That killed the nerves.
Yeah, that killed the nerves. I mean, the crowd was
Well,
very responsive at that gig too, which I think does help. If people are just standing like statues, it takes a little more pressure on you to try to get them moving.
I don't know if you ever noticed. I try not to stand there like a statue. I like to kind
Oh
of
no,
jump around and get and get into the groove. And unfortunately, at my age, my back doesn't always go with me, but that's okay. It's worth it. So Natalie, I hate to say it, but somebody's got to play like the parent to these kids. They're not practicing, and are you kind of shocked by that?
That's what I was gonna say. Is I do not. No, I'm a big voucher. Well, I give private lessons too, so I feel as though I would be a hypocrite if I didn't practice, and I'm telling my students to practice. And I just think there's always something new to learn. My guitar teacher in college still had a guitar teacher. You can always learn something new. And I don't ever think you're too good enough to practice.
Wow, see that, Mark? You're already getting
Yep.
laid out here by your
I was
band.
good. I just said I didn't practice.
True, he never came out and said he was great. He just said he doesn't practice. But it is impressive to hear because, like, you see a lot of bands that say, "Oh man, we practice like 5 days a week, etc., etc." And it's good. But if you say, like Dan said, sometimes you just lets it rip. Mark, you said the same thing. Sometimes just let it rip. It's great to have the confidence in yourself and the ability to just go up and play. Natalie, you play some guitar as well. Have you been doing that your whole life, or is that something more new you did to kind of fit within the band?
Oh, actually, the complete opposite. The guitar was my main thing. So I was actually at Bucks. I'm for jazz guitar, and that's what I majored in. Yeah, that was my main thing was guitar. So I actually took up vocal lessons to be a better singer, to be in this band, not the other way around. You know what I mean?
Wow. All
Yeah,
right.
I had to pick up the slack on the vocals, not so much the guitar.
That's pretty impressive. Because usually it's the other way. People say, "Oh, I can sing. Let me try getting an instrument in," not vice versa. But I think
Right.
I know you're doing a terrific job with it because I love your sound. And like I said, it fits in perfectly with this band. You get nervous. And like I said, I was a Sour Station fan since I first saw you. And when you think of change, you're like, uh-oh. And it's been great. I don't want to say better. No, shout out to James. I don't like James. But it's to me, it's a little better. But like I said, it also is with a coming of age, a growth, more risk, more different sounds, etc. Now, you said you're putting an EP together. Get a little piece from all yous. How has that been so far? Are you nervous about putting multiple songs out at once? Because a lot of people do singles, and singles go over good. Now you're going to have a bunch of songs out there. How's it making you feel? We'll start with Natalie. How do you feel about getting all that out there in multiple songs?
Yeah, definitely is a little bit scary. Because when you're releasing a single, that's a strong song, but sometimes on EP, there's maybe less strong. It is a little bit nerve wracking. And also just just the transitions between the songs and just making sure everything flows. I'd say that's really tricky, trying to piece a couple songs together to be a whole. That's the hardest part.
Gotcha. We'll go with Dan. Well, we'll go with Nate. We'll come back to Nate. I know Nate's dying over there. He's hidden behind our logo that for some reason I can't get off the screen.
You know what?
Sorry, dude.
Is that a little better?
Now we lost Dan. We're losing everybody. There we go. That's right there. Perfect. You nailed it.
Well,
Don't be shy. You're bandmates. Get in there.
I think we've achieved the flow of the EP. I think
Excellent.
all of the songs really complement each other one after the other. And I think it really opens on a strong note too. I think you guys are going to be really quite pleased with the opening song. I know I am. And every single song, front to back, I think it's just a very good flow of music. And I think it really captures the era we're in. It's just a good snapshot of where we're at.
Good snapshot.
And,
I like the way you guys put it. You're really articulate, with some of the great ways you speak about your music too. Dan, I'll jump over to you again. I just so shocked seeing you here, dude. You got the long locks now, the beard and mustache. God, times have changed. But in doing this, how much time do you spend creating an EP? And is there ever moments where the 4 years are like, I don't know, and you're bouncing ideas back and forth? Is everybody pretty much on the same page with this, or is there always a possible change?
There's some back and forth. There's, okay.
Is there like Dave Navarro, Perry Farrell back and forth, or just like a little?
Yeah, that's topical. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing like that.
Nah, yeah. Natalie's not gonna hit me on stage or anything.
Well, not yet.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, I think we're on the same page. What's the question exactly again? I'm
So
sorry.
more like when you guys are putting an EP together, is there always, not always, but there are moments like indecision where like this isn't going to work, or one is like something, the others don't, or has it all been pretty much a great float? Everybody's on the same page.
No, yeah, we all have our own individual visions, I would say, for just about every song and like what the
Cool.
overall sound is going to be. We're pretty democratic in the sense that like we all kind of will vote on like for example, I recorded a guitar for one of the songs on the EP, and Nate expressed his dissatisfaction with the tone of the guitar. I told Nate, no, it's a cool tone. I really like it. And he said, no, it's not going to cut it. And then Mark and Natalie backed him up, and I got 3-1. So I had to redo the guitar. And that's just that's how it goes. We're not all going to be happy at the end of the day. And it's how it works. There's no one person calling the shots. Sometimes, you get what you want, sometimes you don't. That's how it works, Yeah, so that's kind of the dynamic I would say. Yeah.
Makes sense. It's part of the growing process as well. Sure. And like I said, when you guys have been together, especially when you start young, you kind of get the ideas of how you want things to go. And even when it's not there for everybody, you learn to work around it, which is great. But the one thing, Dan, even if they didn't like a certain guitar lick or something, you're in the 3-person window. Mark's by himself. So we see who the band loves the most and likes the least. Because poor Mark stuck there.
In Virginia.
Oh, you're in Virginia, Mark?
I'm in Virginia.
Oh,
Right now.
wow. Is that your permanent, or are you just...
No, I'm just visiting my girlfriend down for the week.
Oh, look at that, on vacation. And his girlfriend let him come out here and join the show. Boy, that's a good woman,
Thank you.
because she's probably watching the show and is like, God, why is he doing this? But again, with you and getting into like a studio, doing an EP, lining that up, are you always cool with everything that goes down, or is there always a moment where you're like,
I always have moments where I'm like, this sounds shit. I need to redo it. Like, the first song you're going to hear on the EP, I have this, again, me not practicing. I need to practice.
right? I was gonna say, if it sounds like shit, that might be part of the reason.
It doesn't sound too much shit because they didn't say
Okay.
they didn't hear the thing that I was talking about, but I was saying I was rushing just a tad on these snare hits, and they're like, "No, I don't hear anything." So when we send that to the guy mixing it, I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, can you quantize this drum track?" But going to the last one, this song, it's called No Show. We played it live before. This song is going to be, I want to say, 3 years old by the time November hits. Like,
Wow.
I wrote, that was the first song I ever wrote and I ever pitched to the band. Like, it should have probably been released the same time Melt Away and For Now and Forever been released. I have to say, though, I'm glad it wasn't released back then. I'm happy with the lineup we have now, and I wanted to be released with this lineup. But that song has probably been rewritten about 5 times and recorded probably 7 different times. Like,
Wow.
we spent too much time on that song, and I am finally happy with the way it is sounding. Dan, I want to say, yesterday you went and recorded the new guitar tracks?
Yeah.
So yesterday he fixed his tone again on the guitar tracks because somehow they just got lost. Like they just deleted themselves from the files. It was probably neat because, he manages all the stems and stuff that we get from the studio, and he puts them in, and he helps like give us like preliminary mixes before we send it out so we can listen to it and be like, yeah, this sounds good. This is what we need to fix and all that. But yeah, Dan recorded those, and Nate put it all together today, and I was listening to it today, and I was like, holy shit, this finally sounds good. This is like what I've been envisioning for the last 3 years. So I am, and what Nate was saying too, I feel all the songs that we were putting out on this EP, they're going to sound good. And I'm really happy with how the EP is going to come out.
I love it. Super excited for it too. And I think Nate's putting together like an archive for like when you guys make it big, and he's going to have like the hidden gems and all that, and different riffs and different songs that haven't been released. Is that what's going on, Nate? Are you hiding the good stuff?
I've got quite a few things in my hard drive. I actually have the hard drive on me right now. Where is it? You don't need to see it.
No, we don't need to
He's
see
probably
it.
he's probably sent like 7 different files today
I
with
sent-
just random stuff.
If it wasn't today, it was very late last night.
Yeah.
It's kind of been. I've been losing a lot of sleep trying to get these things together, but I think it's for a good cause, and I think it's going to come out real well.
And
like
not only that, we've been writing demos too while we're trying to get this EP out. Me, Dan, and Natalie, we have our own separate group chat because Nate doesn't have an iPhone. He needs to get an iPhone. So
Oh, this is the first time hearing of it.
well, you need to get an iPhone, man. I'm tired of emailing you demos, but we keep sending each other demos back and forth, and we're already starting to brainstorm like a whole like story for an album that we want to put out after the EP.
It's very cool. I'm going to go around the board. We'll start with Natalie this time. I kind of want to ask you, maybe like your biggest inspiration, somebody who you admire or take after, somebody you want to sing like, or one of your biggest influences in music. It could be now or somebody got you started. It could be whatever. Who's somebody that really sticks out to you?
Billie Eilish and Steely Dan.
That was super fast. Wow. She's even waiting weeks to say it.
A little bit of Radiohead too. I'd say those are probably the three biggest influence. So if all three of them had a baby, it'd be me.
Oh, how about that? And I'm and your mom, I guess too.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a massive Steely Dan fan. I say this to this day, one of the most underrated bands of all time. And people are like, huh? I'm like, dude.
He's got the same answer as me for Steely Dan. No? Okay. Well, yeah, I think we all kind of like Steely Dan. They're a great band. I also think they're very underrated.
Extremely.
Yeah, I just like the it's just a fusion of so many different things. And that's what I love about them.
Agreed. Big fan. How about, we'll get Nate's answer since it's so close to yours.
Sure. Yeah. Steely Dan's cool. I do want to say, I think they're perfectly rated as they are.
Wow. Wow.
It is. It used to be my favorite band. I've been listening to a lot of, in terms of inspiration, I think every song I really hear, I take a little piece out of it and I just put it in a little vault. And then when I'm practicing, when I'm jamming someday, some comes out and I remind myself, oh, I heard this from this song, but I play it to the guys and they don't notice. I don't think anyone else noticed except for me, So I think it's just everything I listen to comes out in inspiration one way or another.
Well,
That's pretty cool.
Just to bounce off that real quick, we are just like an accumulation of all of our inspirations when you think about it. So
Good way of looking
yeah.
at it.
Okay.
I definitely want to know Dan, because I see Dan go to a lot of shows, meet a lot of bands, get into a lot of stuff. So who are some of your big ones? 'Cause I know that you probably have a huge range of people that you love and admire in the music field, but I have one or two that really you kind of pivot off of.
Hendrix, Clapton, who else? Jimmy Page. That's like
Nice.
that right there. I mean, that's probably my trifecta these days. That's the holy trinity of guitar. I like I'll copy John Frusciante often. You'll hear it on the new EP. I'll shamelessly steal one of his riffs.
No, we
It'll
did
be
not.
fun.
For liability reasons, we did not do that.
Yeah, we're gonna get sued by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I'm afraid.
Hey, that might be a career turn. Who knows?
Yeah.
People will remember the name because of it. I think you got to give him a little line of credit. Like, don't you have to give him a little credit line in your album or something?
It's not no for no. It's how do I say it?
Inspired.
It's
The credits right
Heavily
here
inspired.
on YouTube now.
Yeah.
Forever.
Um, Yeah, but I like to hear some soulful shred. Um, however, I like a lot of psychedelic guitar, blues guitar, um, stuff like that. And that's what I try to reproduce. Lately, I'm trying not to be very too overindulgent as we play live shows. I used to take like 2-minute guitar solos. For example, we had an old song called "As You'd Like." They'll remember. We'd play it. It took 3 minutes, and then I'd just get to like wink the guitar to my heart's desire. Yeah. I'm trying to give other people, the space to develop their own ideas on our songs and stuff. Natalie's a great singer. She's improving. She gets better like every like week. She practices, which is great. That's crazy.
Imagine that.
It's dedication. It's crazy.
It's great. We're going to change
yeah.
the name from Sour Station to No Practice Station.
God.
But there are some great names, and you guys go and pay homage to a lot of the classics. How about you, Mark? Being the drummer is a little different when it comes to inspiration, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's not like I'm going out of my way to listen to like Philly Joe Jones or anything like that. I mean, I do listen to a lot of jazz, but it's not like that's more winter time. But my day-to-day listening is more like grunge. I mean, I think I mentioned last time that I liked Alice in Chains and I listened to a lot of Blind Melon. But recently I've been getting into Supertramp. I'm liking a lot.
There you go. There's another underrated band, Nate.
Especially Breakfast in America.
agree.
That's a good album.
Thank
Yeah, I mean, Nate and I, when we drive together, we listen to that album a lot.
Good stuff. Because he ripped Steely Dan, so you can't rip Supertramp also. Come on, dude. But I do, and I enjoy the fact that you guys go back to the classics and your sound. When the first couple times I've heard you, and I always try to describe in my own words and something different how a band is. I said it's a little bit of psychedelic, a little bit of throwback rock with a modern feel. You guys do that nicely. How would you describe it, your music? Like somebody asked you, like, well, what is Sour Station? In a word or two, what would you say?
So we don't really know how to answer this question. So he claims he does, and I'm sure he does.
He might.
We kind of did a play on the word psyop, and we called ourselves psy-pop, psychedelic
Okay.
pop.
I like that.
That's my answer.
I dig it.
He can make his own genre.
Well, I think he just did.
Well, you're allowed to coin phrases, and I think I just did.
Wow, right here on the Yo Show.
Yeah, no, he is right. I don't think we're as pop influence. I mean, I don't think we're as pop influenced as we take credit for. Personally, that's some. Yeah, we can agree to disagree on that. I say we're just an indie rock band. We have a lot of psychedelic influence, or at least we come out as a very psychedelic band. But I think a genre that will encompass all of our music would just be, it's rock, but it's indie. It's got that indie sound, I would say.
I like that. In a way, it is kind of creating its own little category, in my opinion, because I think it's rangy and very different. Natalie, how would you describe Sour Station?
Well, so I think if you pretty much, it's like you take 4 people with a jazz background, and then they play indie rock. So it's like indie rock with like hints of jazz influences here and there. I say you can specifically hear it in the guitar, the lead guitar. Even in My Solitude, those first 2 chords, it was like a major 11 to a sharp 11. I just put my fingers in places there. And then C major 7, it was very jazz influence there, but then we made it kind of grungy. So it's a little bit of everything. It's really a fusion of everything. We like they said, we have trouble answering this question for sure.
Mark looks like he's got an answer. He's been chomping at the bit there, just waiting to answer it. What do you think, man? Give us a description.
Oh, I give the most broad terms so people can be like, yeah, I can see that. That would just like alternative indie. I feel like that's just a great answer, and it's such an umbrella that people can be like, yeah, that's reasonable. I never know how to answer that. I mean, we have influences up everywhere. I mean, you got the jazz guys up there, and I mostly listen to just like grungy shit. And going back to what Natalie said about putting your fingers in random places, like that's how I just write songs on the guitars. I'm like, if it sounds good, I don't know chord theory at all, so it's gonna sound grungy here or there.
That's very cool, though, and I enjoy it, and I think you're definitely doing it the right way. I mean, again, not to keep dwelling on it, but I watch you guys as young guys growing up, a little more mature men. Hell, one of these is even drinking beer. You got beards and mustaches, long hair. You got a girl in a group. You guys have changed so much, but for the better, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm a gigantic fan, and I hope to see you guys soon. Do you got any shows coming up soon? Something that you want to tell us about, or where we can see, or just a little more work on music at the moment?
So our next gig is September 27th at this place called Philly Style Pizza.
Oh, all right.
It is in North Philadelphia, and it's at like 7 or 8. A lot of college kids, I'd say. We've been actually to a gig there. We saw a local band we liked, and it's a lot of kids our age, college kids, and it's just like a pizza shop, but we're just kind of in this like corner. You wouldn't ever walk in there and think that they do live music. So it'll be interesting.
That's
for
cool,
sure.
though.
But that is our next show. Yeah.
It seems like a lot of places are trying. Like, there's a couple of bars up here. I'm in like the Langhorne, Bucks County area. There's a lot of bars with no space whatsoever that are putting bands on the floor just to get bands in there. And I'm loving that because every place now is starting to hunger for music. I'm not really a big influence to say, hey, let me bring somebody to you, but I certainly will promote and shout out and all that and definitely try to go see as much as I can. But you guys keep plugging away because there's places out there and there's a lot of great bigger venues. And Elena has started working with the Landis Theater and they're always looking for bands. And I said, there are some great ones here that can, like, they're looking for people to open up for national acts. And I think that's the spot where you guys belong right now. I definitely think your sound merits that. I think people should hear you more on a broader base. I'd like to bring you guys here and do it when the new EP comes out. Hell, I'd like to bring us back again in like January and talk about the new EP. I'm such a big fan.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I
I
love that. Yeah.
I love it.
Totally.
Maybe once a month we'll do a Sour Station episode. Every Friday will be Sour Station from now. We can't do that because Fridays start to become weekends are for the gigs. I totally get that. In one or two words, each one is. This time next year, Sour Station will be blank.
Famous.
Oh, I like that. Hey, now, there you go. Why not? Why not?
Manifesting. Well, honestly, I just want to be able to do this and live. I don't have to be famous. I just want to be able to make enough to live and do what I love. That's all.
I like that. I gave up being famous doing this years ago. Dan,
Yeah.
what do you think? This time next year, Sour Station is blank, or will be blank.
I hope that we will have a bigger discography.
Like it.
We're going to be working more in the studio. Nate's becoming a good sound technician. What do you call it?
Oh.
A sound engineer.
Yeah.
He's
Wow.
he's learning all about all these microphones and stuff, and he wants to take us into his studio over at Drexel University, where he's pursuing a music degree. So I hope that we will make albums, and I hope we have at least two more albums. I hope we have 2 albums by next year. That'd be
Wow.
so cool. Could you
That'd be
imagine? That'd be
Awesome. I'm
Yeah.
down for that. Definitely down. There's always room in my iPhone music library. Nate?
Well, a year from now, I think we'll be a year older. And I think Dan hit all the right notes. We'll probably have a couple things out, a couple more things out. EP's supposed to be out before the end of the year. Hopefully that happens. I think it will.
Just in time for the holidays.
Yeah, and I think we'll be gigging a lot in the the Philly DIY basement scene. I mean, that's what we're trying to get into now. We've been straying a little bit away from bars. We've been doing we did a festival. We did another festival a while ago, but I think we're really trying to get into the underground scene. That's where things really seem to be bubbling, especially in our little scene. With the people we're playing with. I think that's just the next step, and I think you'll be seeing a lot of that next year.
Sounds great. Mark, last but not least, man, a year from now.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
hoping I'm hoping for better production on all the songs that we produce, and I'm hoping that we can at least hit one house show each month. I feel like that would be a nice micro celebrity within the Philadelphia area. I feel like
There you go.
that's a good goal.
Micro celebrity. I like it. Mine, honestly, I got a goal for within the next year or two. Like I said, I was just at Constata over the weekend, and I've heard rumors that they're looking for more live music. I would love to do like a weekend full of Philadelphia local independent bands, original artist bands, and a big festival of like 2 days. It doesn't have to be some crazy festival where people camp out, but just, man, grab a cheap ticket, come see Philly bands and hang out. That's like a dream of mine, and there's no doubt I would love to have you guys on such a ticket.
Wait, that's the one that Constouter that used to do the festivals in Pennypack Park, or like the outdoor ones, just like right in the park.
I think they're the German club on Academy Road.
Right, I know you're
Oh,
talking.
so
about.
they
I grew
did the
up right
Penny. Okay.
around there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I didn't even know they were the Pennypack. They ran that.
I'm pretty sure the one in Pennypack
Yeah.
Park moved over to there. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
wow.
cool. I mean, that would be awesome. Yeah.
It's a great stage, a big stage, and of
Sure,
course the
yeah.
fields hold a lot of people, and they got food and drink and all that. And it's on the list. I need people to rally with me to help me put it together. But I would love to see a bunch of our local bands like you guys as well getting up on that big stage and just playing and being heard more and more. Because I know you guys come on here, and like I always said, you come on the show, you become family. You come on here, I'm gonna kiss your ass because I'm a full believer in what you do, and that's why I invite you on. And third time, not enough times. I'd love to do it again. So when the EP comes out, if everybody out there, if you're new to this band, you can find Sour Station right now on Facebook at Sour Station, Instagram at Sour Station. They got a TikTok, Sour Station, Linktree/Sour Station, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. Search Sour Station. Don't forget to go to YouTube, subscribe. That's big. Subscribe and download the music. I've got plenty of Sour Station music. Sorry about the Twisted thing. I don't want to promote any other band, but I got plenty of Sour Station music right here on my archives, and I love you guys for it. A gigantic thank you. I know you guys have a lot going on. Like I said, the new EP, we're excited for it. New songs. But I want to thank you all. Mark, Dan, Natalie, Nate, Sour Station, thank you guys so much for coming on. We greatly appreciate it. We'll talk soon. And I hope to see you soon out there on the scene because I always have time for it. Love you guys a lot.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, Joe.
All right. Have a great night, guys. Thank you so much. And everybody, like I said, these bands come on and it may sound like I overly kiss their ass. No, I truly believe in every word I say. And when I tell you that this band has made great strides, I mean that fully. They have become such a strong band, smart about their approach, great with their instruments, terrific with the lyrics. And I wanted to talk to Natalie about this. I kind of forgot. The song In My Solitude. I'm going to play it now. I do love this song. This was a little branch out for them. This was something a little different. But it came out terrific. Thank you, Steve Higgins. Great interview. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to put that up there before that. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. And an announcement, speaking of which, of Steve Higgins, we'll do that shortly on a show we booked for October. But right now, we're going to play another song from the amazing Sour Station. And it is In My Solitude, I'll Sway Alone. I love this song. It is so unique. And like I said, it was kind of like the first feel I got for Natalie. And right away, just enjoyed it. So we're going to play it here on the show. Make sure you stick around and enjoy it. We got some chat. We're going to rant about Eagles. But first, great music. Tonight's guest, Sour Station, In My Solitude, I'll Sway Alone. Check it out. We'll be back. 4 minutes and some change. Live Tuesday night, The U Show.
Encapsulated in my solitude, I sway alone. Through the silence there creeps perhaps a somber tune, the one you don't like. And you show up once again, dressed in your masquerade. You're ready for the fight. And your footsteps, they echo like pouring rain, a soft disdain for the night. You said you would never ever dance with me. You were never in the mood. So you leave me here to sway alone in my solitude. I'll sway alone. I've not forgotten how to move. Well, you should know. 'Cause the whispers they spread like the jam on my bread. And I don't think I'll be getting to you anytime soon. You said you would never ever dance with me. You were never in the mood. So you leave me here to sway alone in my turned off the light, then went to bed. Tried to convince me the shit was all in my head. You fuck with the speakers, now my radio don't work. What the fuck am I supposed to do now that my radio don't work? I can't sway you alone, and I've got no money to spend. I fucked up again for letting you in for the last
Crisp. Love it. Tight. Sour Station. In my solitude, I'll sway alone. New EP coming out. Hopefully by the end of the season. Just great stuff. JD Wolf with a wow. And he came right out and told me, yes, I love the new sound. She sounds amazing. Natalie is a terrific addition to an already terrific band. And again, when I was told there was a lineup change, I'm like, ooh, I wonder. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And I love when bands make the progress. They know what they need, they know what they want, and they get it, and it matches. And like I said, they all seem to get along great. It's always like a good little time with the band on. They like to, get a little laugh in there, and also get a little serious and hit some deep thoughts. You feel it in the music, you feel it in their soul. Definitely, Sour Station's a band you want to get to love. And I'll leave the scroll down the bottom so you can find them. Make sure you find them right after the show. Or now. Go to your phone while you're watching on your computer or TV, wherever you're watching. Follow them now. Great stuff. So again, just one of the things that we do here is the Key Concert Series. Sour Station has been on our stage twice, and they've been awesome. And we have another one coming up. Make sure I find the right banner. There it is. September. The September concert, December 28th. Doors open at 6 p.m. It is at the Fuge in Warminster, PA. SRR Promotions, the Yo Show, and the Fuge bring you another Key Concert Series. Eric Rap Band, Phoenix Hip Hop, Deep Seated, and Romans Road. Romans Road, of course, the band that John Simons plays in. Very excited to see them in action. DJ Skip Mode, of course, plays the tracks in between sets. Always a great time. It is a venue that is really more dedicated to the actual music, to the show. It's not really a bar scene where there's a lot of different stuff going on. It's music. And it's a great time. Bands bring merch. People hang out. You get to meet other bands. You market, you network, and just have a great time. So if you can, check us out. Tickets in advance are $15. You can get them online right now. Got to just kick the thing there. And I'll repost this on my page and the Yo Show page. You can scan it, get tickets ahead, $15, $20 at the door. They are for sale at the door. Key Concert Series along with SRR Promotions and the Yo Show at the Fuse. And of course, in October, international band White Cross will take stage at the Fuse. A lot of great stuff coming up. A November show is already being lined up. December, they're talking about a Christmas show, kind of a throwback to the Rat Pack. Some covers of the Rat Pack for December for a Christmas show. So we're doing a lot of great things. And of course, back to the local scenes. And I say this a million times. People are like, oh, don't tell the wrong person because somebody want to steal your idea. If they do, terrific. A big festival, man, of all these original and local artists getting on stage and playing a day or two's festival worth of new stuff, original stuff, stuff that I may know because I'm a junkie for this, but stuff that you could bring a friend to and say, hey, man, come check out this band. I seen them here. Come check out these guys. I seen them there. And these guys were friends with these guys. And just watch and grow and love it because it's definitely Yola-Palooza is not bad. I had a name for it. Something like Philly original. I forget. I had a name for it, but Yola-Palooza is not bad. But it depends on who I get involved with. Some people might not want Yo front and center. I like it. I mean, it's a Philly term, right? The Yo Show. I was going to wear my Sour Station shirt tonight, but I should have. But I'm such a shameless self-promoter. Love Sour Station. Check them out. Absolutely. Let's rant. It's time to rant. As much as I love music, sometimes things make me turn. And in this turn, I tend to rant. I'm going to rant about our one and only Philadelphia Eagles. I'm so angry I actually took the head off the wall. That's right. When you take the head off the wall, you know you're angry. And last night was one of the epic disasters in the history of this team. So, there's a lot of blame, and everybody wants to blame somebody today. Poor play calling is definitely part of it, J.D. Wolf. I'm with you there. I mean, poor play calling in hindsight because that little screen pass to Barkley, he catches 99% of the time without a problem. He catches it, makes that play. He even said, I goofed. I don't know what happened. That's not me to not catch that ball. Okay. But not only do they turn the ball over and give the Falcons a chance with, I don't know, just minimal time left. Kirk Cousins, who everybody makes fun of, and he can't win on Monday night, and he's not clutch. Everybody's laying blame. Everybody's like, oh, Jalen Hurts, he threw that interception. Look, the game shouldn't have came down to that interception at all. There should have been no reason that the game came down to that interception. Game should have been over. You run that ball there, maybe, or Barkley makes that catch, maybe, and you run out the clock. Or Sirianni kicks that field goal early in the game. You had a great drive going, and then all of a sudden, Barkley slicing through defense, but Gainwell in, who can't seem to get out of his own way, and you end up with nothing. It's a backbreaker, and there's always things that stick in your head, and you always say it, like I said, remember that field goal later in the day? Why is everybody blaming Jalen Hurts? Guy ran and got a couple touchdowns. He was pretty efficient for not having his biggest weapon, A.J. Brown. They should have kicked the field goal in the first drive. Absolutely. You don't go out of a drive like that when you were manhandling him. Barkley was crushing them on the ground. And so was Hurts. Get points. It's a game of points, not a game of these were nice drives or these were nice plays. Points. Disgusted, I sit. Today, as well as yesterday. I sat and I thought about it all night. And I thought about it all day. I'm like, I'm not even going to wear the green. I don't want to wear Eagles. I did. I took the head off the wall. But I blame that defense. And it has been a hinder for the last several years. The defense. And first of all, Darius Slay. I mean, you drafted a couple young kids. Pardon me. Look, don't make this a Super Bowl attempt year. Don't make it a big year of, oh, we're definitely going to make the playoffs. Let these young kids learn. Let the young kids play the corner. Because I am so sick of Slay, whose jock is still sitting in the end zone when Drake London gave him a juke and out. Drake London is a okay wide receiver. Guy's not a superstar. He made Slay look stupid on that touchdown. The whole drive, there was a drive where there was 4 Eagles that made a box. And in that box, whoop, nice easy catch. They gave him that last drive. They gave him the game. Handed it over. No penetration. The front line, you drafted these guys, Jordan Davis and etc. You draft these big guys. No. Johnny Blaze has got to run because Tukey Soup is on. Not familiar with it, but now I have to Google it as soon as I'm done, of course. Thank you for stopping in there. We love it. But it's just, and now you have the Saints coming up. And you've seen what the Saints have done offensively. They've been terrific. And everybody says Dallas' defense is good. Saints went in and handled business. Alvin Kamara was on fire. Derek Carr is playing probably the best football he's played in quite a while. Oh. Quarterback Perini. Nah, I don't want to be the quarterback. I want to be the coach. Because you better believe I'm kicking that field goal. You better believe I'm running that ball to kill clock. And if I even do throw that screen pass and Barkley misses it, I grab that dude by his face mask and I'm shaking, especially if you lose. How do you lose that game? 1-1. You beat the Packers opening day. That's a good one. Packers got a good club. This one, this game was a walkaway. You should have been 2-0 going into this tough one against the Saints. You let the Falcons get the best of you. The Falcons. I actually grew to hate the Falcons. And now I feel that much worse about the Falcons. But it's not really their fault. I blame the entire team. And I do not blame Jalen Hurts. That is the lamest thing that you can say. Vikings are turning over Sam Darnold, and I'll tell you what, J.D. Wolf, when you got a guy like Justin Jefferson on your ball club, it'll make a quarterback better, and I like the way that Darnold is getting him the football. I like the play calling. I've been watching some of the Vikings. It's pretty good stuff. Defense might be, people say they got a little shaky defense, but they got good strategy on defense. They've played to the opponent. They've stayed in games. They just beat San Francisco, for God's sakes, where everybody says, like, unbeatable. Sam Darnold is 2-0, everybody. Could have Bryce Young as your quarterback, though, so don't really blame Jalen Hurts. Guy ran and gave you a lot last night. No A.J. Brown. Like, Covey was, like, on the field for most of them plays. Who's that guy, right? A little more Dallas Goedert, I think, though. That's the guy they got to find. It was Nick Foles' retirement night. Nick Foles was there. Bill Belichick was there. I don't know why. Maybe Bill Belichick's waiting for a new job. Maybe Sirianni's on his way out. Who knows? But like you hear, like the Manning brothers are ripping you, and they're watching, and they couldn't believe what they saw. Nobody could believe Saquon dropped that pass. I get it. Got to toughen up that defense too, man. Defense for sure. You got, like I said, you drafted some great young secondary players. Get him out there. Let him play. Tell Slade thanks for nothing. Really begged that guy to come back too. I don't know why. And Gardner Johnson, we begged him to come back. He made that one great play, though, on Bijan on that fourth down. But then, toilet. Kinsey King in the house. One of my dudes. One of the best vocalists. I don't know what to say. I hate that phrase, in the area. One of the best vocalists in the music scene right now. This guy can crank it out. I'm going to see him in a few weeks performing another Atlanta Broker show. Love me some Kinsey King. Hertz is now calling the protection now that Kelsey is gone. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, Hertz does set up the protection. He does call it out. And the tush push was doing its thing again. It's back. Everybody's worried about how it's going to be. It's good. Our offensive line is pretty good. We got some big dudes on that offensive line. It's good. Hertz needs to be a little bit of a decision maker, maybe? Sure. Did the interception at the end hurt? Sure, but he was trying to force the ball to his most important weapon that night, Devontae Smith. Okay, Smith might have, people saying he might have missed the route, whatever. Long and short, Saints this week, you got to come out ready, especially there. This team is always giving us trouble, going way back. Big game. For all you who are wondering, I know people do wonder, fantasy football? Yeah, bud. 4-1 this past week. I was on fire. Lost one game, but I did beat my arch rival Christian Rupert's team. Finally. Big win by me. Thank you very much. I know he doesn't want to talk about it, but I will. Red Dick Fantasy Sports. A lot of injuries, too. Isaiah Pacheco from Kansas City with a broken leg, and Cooper Kupp with an ankle injury. He'll miss several weeks, and there's a lot of guys who went down, big players that went down. So certainly new names are coming around. If you're a fantasy football player, the waiver wire opens tomorrow. Get ready. Get those names out there. One guy whose name will not be out there for a while, and that is Tua Tagovailoa, of course, the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. And another horrible concussion, and they've put him on IR. The head coach said no timetable for a return. Honestly, I shouldn't put my 2 cents in, but I will. When a guy suffers this many concussions in a contact position and a dangerous position like quarterback, it gets a little scary. I'm glad for this as well. Oh, yeah, Deebo Samuel came up on an injury also. Good call, J.D. Wolf. Way to have my back there, bro. I'm glad for this, too. I think Tua has got to take time. Maybe the whole year. And have the league reevaluate him and doctors reevaluate him. I don't really know. Remember, of course, being a Philly guy. Sorry, a little hiatus here. Being a Philly guy, remember, with Eric Lindros. And then his brother Brett, where they both had to retire young because of concussions. It's serious. And what's going on right now with Tua is very serious. And it's to the point now where he takes a hit and like his fingers curl up, and it's dangerous, man. Give this guy a rest. Seriously. Take him down a notch. Something, please. The whole Perry Farrell and Dave Navarro thing has gotten weirder by the day. A fight on stage between these two. Of course, Jane's Addiction. Porno for Pyros. Bands that I like their music. But I'm really starting to lose the whole Perry Farrell thing. Guy's getting a little unusual as he gets older. And weird fight broke out. He's throwing punches at Dave. And then Dave came out on his Instagram and had a picture with the Jane's Addiction guitar. And he said, like the time has come or the time is over or something like that. And then Perry comes out with big apologies. I'm sorry. It's unprofessional. I shouldn't have done that. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he said the band was playing too loud. Isn't that the point? Isn't Jane's Addiction a rock band? Were they playing over him maybe? Well, Perry, I mean, his voice really wasn't coming out. The video I saw, he sounded terrible. But then I kind of lean on the sound guy, etc. Like maybe give his mic a little more spike, a little something extra. Like Dave Navarro's been playing forever. He's going to suddenly just tune it down because you got a singer who feels he can't be heard. I don't know. Not buying it. I don't like it. And it really has soured me towards the whole Jane's Addiction thing. And people are taking sides, of course, like they always do, imagine. Some people are pro Perry. Some people are pro Dave. Some people are saying Dave's the biggest asshole in music. Some people say Perry's the biggest whatever. Look, it's their band. If Oasis can get back together, anybody can. But I think it's going to be sayonara for Jane's Addiction. That's kind of crap. Speaking of artists and shows and things, the fans are at it again. That's right. Shakira, one of just the most beautiful women on earth. I love her to death. Just such a sultry, sexual, fantastic singer and entertainer. Again, I can't wait for the Oasis. I'm excited for the Oasis tour. I am. But Shakira was performing a club show, and she shut it down immediately. And you see the video. It's so creepy. There's a fan actually filming under her skirt. Cringe. Why? Why? Why do we have to be this way as fans? From throwing things to trying to hit people, and now this? This is just... I get it. The woman is stunning. I get it. But you see the dude like with the camera going like under her skirt. Like it's... Sorry. There's no call for that. And she walks off stage and disappoints the entire crowd over one dude. She could have done Axl Rose just jumped on the floor and started beating the crap. That's why I like Axl so much. It's up on the wall of fame here, too. Over here. There's a new Axl, too. There's a new Axl Funko Pop. Like a white shirt. It's great. One asshole always ruins it. From the Marilyn Manson concert, the one I went to where I got hit in the head with a bottle, to this knucklehead, to... It's just... Go to a show, enjoy a show, have fun. Be more like this. If you're going to go to a show, be like this girl. Get on stage, dance, smile, dance with your favorite musician. My man Chris, playing bass, Circus Hearts. My wife got on stage. I pulled my wife on stage. How great. Stuff like that. That's fun. That's fun. That's fun music. That's a fun time. None of that silly nonsense. Be like Cassie. Thank you. JD, I'm pretty sure, man, when you go to your shows, you're there to rock. You're not there to break stuff and be stupid and try to be the center of attention. The band is the center of attention. Speaking of bands, center of attention, things going on. Friday, and if I forget and I don't get it, somebody shoot me. I'm trying to get the code to the pre-sale, but the Deftones are playing a headline tour here in Philadelphia. Oh, I love the Deftones. That was a great time. I agree. So terrific, Steve. Great seeing you and the family and Sarah and Logan, your wife Cindy, the whole gang hanging out. I left little Roy. I do apologize. The pain. I was in a lot of pain. It was a rough 3 days. And Chris said, like, dude, you really, you do like run it to the end. Let's give a big shout out to Alicia, of course, Alicia Ettinger, one of the fantastic young ladies who has helped me out with some co-host stuff. Hey, joined way late, but what's up? What's up is we're happy to see you, and I thank you and your sister for some great work here on the program. And we're definitely going to see more of you. We're going to have more of you. Probably do the Wednesday night thing, and like I said, we have somebody we might be lining up for Tuesday, but we always love having the Ettinger sisters here and doing the Wednesday night thing, and whatever it takes to get you back here, we appreciate it very much. Yeah, Deftones are doing it. They're going on tour, and they're going to be the headliner. I'm psyched for that. I got to get my tickets. As we speak about Steve Higgins, of course, and the awesome band Twisted, who I saw this past weekend, and Sarah and Logan, they've got another, they got just so many big things coming out, from working on new music to a huge concert coming up in November at Artie's, which is one of the awesome spots in Frenchtown, New Jersey. So I said, you know what? Let's do this for the fans. And we're going to announce it tonight. Just announced October 22nd. They'll be back on the program. We're happy to be joined by Sarah and Logan, possibly Kayla. Her schedule is close. But October 22nd, Twisted is back on the program. Can't wait to talk to these guys. They have had so much great stuff going on. Sarah's just making huge waves with her drumming. Logan is just getting better every day as a guitarist. Kayla has been the perfect piece on vocal. They're a sensational band. Like I said, the family is terrific. The fans are getting bigger and bigger, and people all over are starting to recognize this awesome group. And October 22nd, they're going to be here on the Yo Show. We're going to talk to them about upcoming shows, upcoming music, and maybe the coming, not the coming of age, that's a silly phrase, but the breaking out, if you will, because they're definitely breaking out, and they're really turning heads. And every time people see this band, a lot of hooting, a lot of hollering, a lot of great things being said. They are terrific. I love them dearly, and I can't wait to have them. Yes, they're all growing up. Okay, Sour Station looks like they're drinking beer. They're getting beards and mustache. They're all growing, but they're growing great. They're doing it right. They're dedicating. They're working hard. I said the show that I saw Saturday night, Twisted helped put that together. Saw some new bands. It was just such a great time. And this is why I love this scene. This is why more people really should get into this scene, because there is just so much great stuff, so much talent. It blows my mind. Twisted and Sour Station, the Grim Jacks, and Strange Culture, and the list goes on and on. Milo Sky, as they get a little older, and by older I mean from kids to teens to early 20s, they get so much better. It's scary to think how much better they're all going to get. And you can catch them all right here. Another guy big in the scene, John Simons. What's up, family? What's up with you, dude? Cannot wait to see you perform. We mentioned it. We'll mention it again. Key Concert Series. Go out and get those tickets, ladies and gentlemen. It is September 28th. Key Concert Series, September. John Simons will be playing his heart out, man. He's a great rock star. And he'll be up there with a couple bands performing again. Whoops, that was me. We don't need me. Going to move John's banner for a second here. And, yo, John. Steve and John, two awesome dudes. Two of my best buddies. Looking forward to it. Can't wait to see you back on stage, dude. Eric Rap Band, Phoenix Hip Hop, Deep Seated, and Romans Road. Of course, DJ Skip Mode plays in between the sets. SRR Promotion, the Yo Show, and the Fuse combined for another great Key Concert Series, September 28th. It's coming. It's coming fast. God, it's already 11 days away. Get those tickets. Come check this out. It's going to be a great show. A little bit of a different twist. A little more seasoned bands, but great bands. And, of course, in October, the international superstar band White Cross will take stage at the Fuge. We got a lineup coming for November. As I said, Rat Pack Christmas in December. We got the year lined up. Hopefully next year we come back for more Key Concert Series, because it's been a project I really enjoy. The fans enjoy it. Get more people out there, man. Tell your friends, tell your family, come on out. Spend the mere $15 online, but an early ticket or $20. It's worth it. It's worth every second. I walk in excited. I leave exhausted. And when I mean exhausted, I mean because the great time I have. Matter of fact, last time I almost knocked myself senseless. But it's fun, man. It's a lot of fun. It definitely is. 9:33. We ranted about the Eagles. Talked about music. We said happy birthday to my nephew. We announced the Twisted appearance. Talked about Perry Farrell. Talked about Shakira. And, oh my God, I almost let this one get away. A massive rest in peace to Tito Jackson. One of the founding members of the Jackson 5 passed away. Of course, Michael passed away some years back. Tito, of course, rest in peace. An awesome family of musicians. The Jackson 5. Sad to think there will never be another moment to see the Jackson 5 on stage together again. But a legendary music family, and Tito passing away is tough. It's tough to swallow. It's tough when you see, like I say, musicians that you grew up with and loving, passing away. And I mentioned a lot of them in the past, and I'm going to keep mentioning because, the thing, I'm now in a world where I will never see George Michael or Michael Jackson, Prince, names like that. It blows my mind. But again, Thank you, JD Wolf. I was a big Jackson 5 fan growing up. But again, when we talk about these new artists doing the thing, they're going to be the next. And the next coming of the great musicians you can get to see and go see them in concert and watch them perform. There's so many good ones. So, yeah, man. Matter of fact, October we talked about White Cross International Band. The Grimjacks will be on that bill as well. They'll be one of the opening acts, and I love them too. The Twins, of course, and Jordan on drums. John's Kids. They're a fun band. Always a great time. Terrific musicians. They really rock out. Always have a great time seeing them as well. And just one of the many. There's so many. So many. I could talk it up for hours. So Sour Station did say I could play a song. This was actually back when they had James as singer. Did I lose it? Oh, there it is. For Now and Forever. And they did say some of the songs from back then they're going to maybe remake and remaster. And the cool thing is if you see the video still, Natalie is in this video. And she said this is where she met the guys. Oh, don't forget Deep Seated. Good Lord. Deep Seated and the Grimjacks in October with White Cross. That's going to be a biggie. And it's in the big room at the Fuse, like their main stage. Should be very cool. Sour Station. It's a great song. It's, like I said, James was in this one. This is from The Big Break, that awesome competition that they appeared in. Check the song out. Check out anything Sour Station, because it doesn't make a difference. If it's, like, I asked him, you heard me ask this, I said, okay if we play it with James? I said, sure, why not? That's where I got our first glimpse of Natalie. It's a cool song. Sour Station, For Now and Forever. Right here live on the Yo Show. Tuesday night, we'll be back in a few minutes with the upcoming guest lineup. Stay tuned.
Growing up locked out, you're after the half out. Everyone is scared to hell. Hold your eyes defend, you lose identity. Make sure you keep your eyes on the screen. Left, right, and no center, you make sure you're on before the road picture. Big shot, no glitter. There's a hole in my technical vision. Left, right, no center, you make sure you're on before the road picture. Get out of my head, get out of my head. The sheets I can now forever. Turn towards the sun, you watch your dreams and ambitions. You've passed the horizon, you just admit, oh, who you are. A tangled mess of scars break you away. I end up in your arms and you say, wanna tell me where it all went wrong. This shit feels like for now, forever. Wanna tell me where it all went wrong. This shit feels like for now, forever. Left, right, no center, you make sure you're on before the road picture. Big shot, no glitter. There's a hole in my technical vision. Left, right, no center, you make sure you're on before the road picture. Get out of my head, get out of my head. Shit's out for now and forever. Wanna tell me where it all went wrong. This shit feels like for now and forever. Wanna tell me where it all
Well, that vote was from a little while back. Anyway, for now and forever. Sour Station, another great song. Kind of the introduction of Natalie to the band. She was out here tonight with the guys. Terrific. We thank them all for coming on again. Played 3 great songs from that band. And there's a lot of places to go out and find them right now. Find Sour Station. Facebook, Sour Station. Instagram at Sour Station. They have a TikTok at Sour Station. Linktree, of course, / Sour Station. Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, search Sour Station. And as you know, when you go to YouTube, like and subscribe. All the bands we talk about. The Grimjacks, Milo Sky, Strange Culture, Sour Station, etc. We play them on the show here. Go to their YouTube, subscribe, follow them. That's how these bands grow, by getting the followings and the fans. It's an awesome song. I enjoy them. I enjoy that band very much. And big shout out to Adam for help putting it together again this evening. He was kind enough to grab the link, send it out to the band, get them out here tonight with us. We thank you very much for that. The emoji section has some hearts. Rich Buscemi, my man, in the house. He's become a fan of the show. He's become a fan of the music that we put out here. Wendy Kovitz, of course. Her great son, Dan, part of the band. And Derek Philman, my man, hanging out. Made his way to the Fuse, check out some bands. Got to check out some of his as well. I did want to give a big shout out to my man, Phil Sweeney, this weekend as Phil Stock. Of course, a great program that Phil does in the local area. And everything that they gain financially goes to mental health awareness. So shout out to Phil Stock this Saturday. Another guy doing great things for the community. I'd like to get together with Phil and maybe help push more stuff. Let's just keep going, man. No reason to stop. No reason to slow down. Derek, what is up? John, of course. My man, John. John is great at Key Concert Series. He gets into all of it, does a lot of the sound and a lot of the organizing. And me and him talk about bands and try to line bands up. And we have fun with it. I know it sounds like it's work. Like, oh, find the band, talk to them about getting there. It's cool. When you get to meet them, it's fun. When you get to see them play and talk to them afterwards, etc., that's great. Just doing a drive by, I think that is. Nancy Greco in the house. How's things? Things are great. Nancy, a former PA person out of York, PA, who's now moved to Florida. You hate us PA people. No, I'm kidding. Nancy's awesome. Nancy, thank you for stopping by. It's great to see you. Things are doing good. We're having fun here as always. We're sharing new music. I remember way back in the day, Nancy used to watch early on. She said, you got to do something about your sound, dude. I've tried. I got sound cards, mic, better setup. Hopefully I'm doing better. Watching some of them old episodes, no matter how great the guests are, listen to myself and stuff. That loud, over boisterous thing that came through. Thank you, Nancy. Much better. I appreciate that. I love seeing you. Thank you. Push the original music community. Why not? Take in a show if you're in the area, if you're a PA person or a Jersey person, or if you're buying your ticket right now in Minnesota to fly down here. Hint. Come check it out, man. Take in a show. You're gonna meet or find or discover your new favorite band or your new favorite song. And when I tell you the songs that are packed on this baby, they come on here, we play their videos, etc. Why not? What else out there is better than music? I love sports. I get it. I love beer. I need a sip. Dry. I love hanging out with my wife. I like fine food. Nothing moves the needle like music. I've got looking at all the different Bluetooth apparatuses and record players and stuff I've got in this house. Plenty. Because I just want to always have it in me. Yeah, you won't be disappointed indeed. I agree. And that's a great thing. You listen to it. And even if there's something that, this band's not really for me, move to the next, and you're like, okay, this band's for me. And then from there, you branch out to more. And John always does, and we talk about, John gives great speeches on that stage. I think I talked about it with the guys from Milo Sky. Because you don't want to say you're preaching it, but the passion of it, and me and John get on that stage MC and talking on, the passion is real, what you see. Like, this is me. people saw me out this past week at the Circus Arts, and it's very cool when, like, the kids of the bands come running up. The kids are like, the Yo Show's here. And they're asking, is the Yo Show coming? Yeah, of course I'm coming. Like John said, you can't be everywhere. I wish I could be everywhere. I wish it was me just everywhere. PA music scene really is a wide variety. It is, and a great variety. Drinking a beer with your buddy, Voodoo Ranger Tropical Force. That's a good one. I would cheers to that. I'm a fan of Yingling, shameless. Though he's even more shameless. But yeah, man, that's another thing too. If you're a beer dude, kick back with a beer or two. Drink responsibly when you go to these shows. And have some fun. Alicia, that means everything. I love how passionate you are about music. And Alicia has seen me at the Milo Sky shows. And as excited as I get, it like oozes out of me. Sometimes my body can't keep up with my heart and my love. Yeah, I guess I got to get to the gym. But Alicia, you feel it. You've seen it. We love being into it. And that's the thing I try to do with this program also. Get some co-hosts that not only come on the show, but also maybe come out to some venues. Hang out. Meet more people. And I love, that was just such a great night that night. Hanging out and having such a great time. Drinking a beer with all of you. Right? I want to drink a beer with everybody. I want to have a beer with every music fan out there. Yeah, John, I'm telling you. You know my body. Your wife said it best. Sometimes you got to grab onto a piece of furniture so you don't go down. I've done it. Helps me out. The dudes from Up 24. We hang out. They've come to some shows. We Phil Zio, of course, from Fragmented, comes out to all the shows at the Fuse now and hangs out. And he's a great musician. They were on the show a couple weeks back. Yeah, man, there's a lot of love for it. A lot of love for in the comment section too. Don't forget, like I said, the Grimjacks and John and SRR Promotions and Up 24 and Milo Sky. I can go on. I want to go on. I want to just talk about it all night. I'm going to do a 24-hour marathon of just playing their videos. Agree. There's so many good ones out there. And we know, and you could tell, usually everybody we put on the stage at the Fuse, not usually, every time we put out fun bands with good music that want to meet the people and have people come watch them play. Why not? Why not? Where are we at? We're at 9:47. And like I said, at the moment, you've seen me go at it alone tonight. You've seen the amazing Cheyenne and Alicia Ettinger join me for some guest co-host spots. And we're building the family. We may have somebody coming aboard for Tuesday nights. And Wednesday, of course, we have a great array of guest co-hosts to bring in. I love them. Matter of fact, tomorrow night we are back. In case you're wondering, we do have a show tomorrow night. Sorry I didn't... somehow their banner got missed in there. But a great local rock band by the name of Astro Fells. These dudes are cool. Kind of found them by accident. They kind of came on my Apple Music when I had another band on. And I didn't put shuffle for my regular music. And sometimes they just throw similar things out. Astro Fells popped on. I'm like, yeah, I like it. I like a lot of their stuff. And they'll be here tomorrow night. And Angela Marie is back. We haven't seen Angela in a while. Angela will be back in the hot seat. And it always gets a little nutty when Angela's here because she's always a lot of fun. The unpredictable mouth of Angela Marie tomorrow night here on the program with Astro Fells, a terrific band. Make sure you check them out. And we've been talking to more bands and lining them up. And we're going to get them out here. We definitely are. Whew. Thursday night, of course, we go to dinner to celebrate this little guy. One more time, a very happy birthday to the little guy I call the boss, my nephew, Robert Perini Jr. He's a great kid. Look at that picture. Kid's always smiling, always having fun. He plays soccer. He also, his parents, my brother and his wife, have been talking about School of Rock or music school for this little fella. He's got a keyboard at home he loves to play. And there's a video of him actually out there, John, you'll love this. He's actually doing a little screamo. He's he's growling, like singing and growling. My man. Yeah, little fella. Super cool dude on his birthday. Robert Prince Jr., happy birthday. I got all kind of picture. There was a Sour Station picture. I wonder what that was. A happy birthday, indeed. What better way to get shouted out on the Yo Show? for all your fun. Who's coming up, you may ask? We talked about tomorrow night in Astro Fells, of course, on the Wednesday night program, but we have a lot more coming up. Next week, we did Sour Station. Next week on the program, September 24th, they've got new music, and they are one of the coolest group of dudes and one of the most favorite bands around. Stealing Society is back on the Yo Show next Tuesday night, September 24th. Definitely cannot wait to check those guys back out. Joey and the gang said there's new music. We're going to meet Dave for the first time, just like we met Natalie for the first time. We're going to meet Dave for the first time with the band Stealing Society, September 24th. October 1st, a Central PA band, a hard rock and super cool dudes, Lyndhurst, is in the house. Another great band. I love these dudes. Super awesome. When I reached out to him about the show, he goes, been waiting, dude. You know we're ready to do it. So it's cool when people follow you and see it and wait for the invite. So Lyndhurst, October 1st. You're going to love that one. JD Wolf, get ready, man. We got all kind of great bands. Stealing Society, Lyndhurst. And October 8th from New Jersey, The Goodbyes, and one of my favorite new musicians, Caitlin Devlin. I got her autograph that night at the show. Of course, as you know, the Twisted Tea Battle of the Bands held by Casey Reyes and Landis Theater. They were the winners, the Goodbyes. October 8th, they're going to be on our program to talk about their music and their career and how things have blossomed since that big win at the Twisted Tea Battle of the Bands. October 8th, the Goodbyes. And we're lining more stuff up. As we mentioned, of course, October 22nd, the return of Twisted. Talked to Sarah today. She has confirmed Sarah and Logan definitely. Caleb, depending on her schedule, will definitely have them here to talk about upcoming things and, of course, an upcoming show and their music and their career because they're awesome as well. John, the boys at the Grim Jacks have said, when are we coming back on? Are you kidding me? They're always welcome here. There's always a seat in the house for the Grim Jack trio. Don't forget, of course, John Simons and his awesome Oktoberfest is back. And what a lineup this is. The Jaspers, Stealing Society, and the Grimjacks. JD Wolf, if you're ever going to buy a ticket to come to PA, this is it. John puts on just an amazing party at his house. Saturday, October 5th. There's food. There's drink. There's music. There's fun. Last year's was amazing. I'm excited for it again this year. Excited to meet the Jaspers. We're talking to those guys about having them on the show as well. Definitely a band you want to get to meet and love. Again, Stealing Society, we talked about. They'll be there. The Grimjacks, of course, are there bringing it home. Should be terrific. 3 big bands. John's Oktoberfest does it like nobody else. You got a party. You got a party like the PA music scene. My wife said it today. She sent me this text. And 125-pound pig. Ooh, baby. That's usually what my wife calls me. I'm a little more than 125. But yeah, the spread is beautiful also. It's an amazing, amazing job. And my wife sent this to me today, and this is what I love. I got to find it. Little Jeopardy music. This is it. Don't tell me we're out of dog food. No, it's not it. So she got that great pic, the one I showed of her and Chris when the circus sergeant brought her on stage. And I said, it's a great picture. I know. So it's amazing how many awesome people we have met in the music biz. Literally, we may have met a handful that weren't really it. And, of course, we don't associate that road anymore. She said, but other than that, we have met hundreds of amazing people. And it's beyond it. It's beyond the friendship. It's a family now. Like me and John talk about the love and talk about, like, calling each other brother and just doing the damn thing, as Jewel used to say. And being a part of it, man, the community, and Steve Higgins, of course, and Stu, and Malcolm, and the wives, and my wife has just grown to love it as well. There are awesome people in here doing awesome things for the music scene. And the kids earn it, and the kids deserve it, and we appreciate it. We definitely love it. I love my little skull thing. You know, I got my skulls rolling. And everybody's sitting there and saying, wait a minute. Jeff did not say a word about Phillies baseball tonight. And I should, because it's 4-1 Phillies, top of the 8th. Last night, the Brewers kind of gave us their business. Amen, the whole family indeed. And like I always said, John, even before you and I started doing Key Concert Series and before you would become more of a regular hanging out on the show, I had always said that once you're Yo Show, you're family. Because everybody that comes on this program and sits with us and talks with us and watches us, family. My man JD Wolf, my brother, we talk a lot. We share some ribs, we share some sports banner, and we talk music. And we just talk about life sometimes, man. And he's been he's become a great distance friend of mine. I would love for the day to meet him. And John, you've become very important to us, man. You and Kim are just great. The boys are great. That's what it is, man. Build a family, build a community, share that love. We're going to see you tomorrow night. Astro Fells and Angela Marie back here on the Yo Show. First time for Angela in a while. She's ready. And then, of course, in the upcoming weeks, stay tuned. Follow us on YouTube and Instagram, etc. Because we got news. We got some changes. Completely appreciate it because it takes a tremendous amount of time and effort and devotion to run and build this community. Everyone involved is a key attribute to it. Part of the reason that we said Key Concert Series, they said, let's come up with a name. We sat around the table, me, John, Malcolm, Stu, come up with a name. And we went Keystone, of course, Keystone State. And they said, let's make it shorter. How about Key? Because it is the key to the future of music, but also the key to developing the scene. Key Concert. Okay, of course, it's a concert. It's not just a bar where, hey, some band's playing, let's hang out. It's a concert. Series, of course, because we want to keep doing hundreds of them. We want to keep rolling. And maybe even bring this to more venues. The Fuse has been great to us, but there's other venues saying, hey, we like what's going on. So you never know, man. Let's just keep it rolling. Keep it together. Exactly. I love it, dude. Like I said, just keep getting people enthused. I'm seeing more places getting into the groove. And why not? Fat Lady Brewing in Manayunk is starting to do it. Barstool Sports has come out and they did a little something at Extremely Live with local music. People are doing it. Sweeney's, of course. Like I said, us at the Fuge, and it's getting there. It's definitely getting there now. Like I said, that major thing at Constadter's, like an entire local original music festival, like a weekend's worth. And it itches me, man. Not even worried about it. I don't care if it makes a dime. I want it. I want to be part of that. The other day I spoke, and I don't know if this is probably maybe not my business, but I'm going to say it anyway. You know, St. Ricketts has been a band that we have followed and have used their music for years. We love them. I love John and Eric and Tom. When I mentioned November, I said, we do this thing called the Key Concert Series. Why don't you guys come on out and play? Be one of the bands. And they said, they still haven't really nailed down a drummer. They think it's going to be maybe some time away again. New album came out. We love it. But I want them guys to know, man, if you want to come back, we're here for you. And if there's any drummers out there that want to meet these guys and play, go get them. Definitely are here for you. We're going to leave with one of their new songs. Kingdom Fall is the song. The band is St. Ricketts. www.stricketts.com is the place to find them. Because either way, I think you should be hearing this music. All right, let's get out of here. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m., the wonderful band Astro Fells and guest co-host Angela Marie. Yo Show keeps rolling along. 100%. You know it, brother. Love these dudes. Hopefully, we can make it happen. Swig, Harrigan's, the FOP, Parks Casino. How to talk with Parks Casino. They're not really, I don't know if the original music is their thing yet. We're trying. Michael Kennedy, thank you, brother. Michael Kennedy, one of my good dudes. He's been checking us out lately. We love you for it, brother. Got to get you some of these music shares, get you into some of this stuff. And, of course, check you out again at the old Humeville Inn, one of my favorite places. St. Ricketts, Kingdom Fall takes us home. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sour Station. Thank you, audience, for chiming in and tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. live. This is The Yo Show. Yes!